All right, good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, May 26th. Wasn't able to trade on Friday, and then Monday was a holiday. So we are back today. Hopefully we can start this week off green. We have one trade right now setting up. So it looks like we have our algorithm has switched, and we do have permission, and volume agrees. So we're ready to jump in this thing as long as it confirms here in a couple of minutes. Crazy day today. The market is over 3,000 again. So on the S&P or the S&P 500. Insane with the coronavirus, economy completely trash, world economy trash, like unbelievable how it works. So anyway, we'll take advantage. We'll just, we'll trade what the market gives us and tells us to do, regardless of how sane it is or not. We just go with the flow, and if the market wants to go up and it's telling us to go long on stocks, we'll go long. So right now we have a long position that's getting ready to hit in about a minute and a half. We'll be back. Okay, not sure if this is going to confirm or not, but we'll be ready for it just in case it does. Right now it's not looking like it is. So, nope, no confirmation, no entry. All right, we'll wait for the next one. Maybe after this candle we'll be in. Okay, so that other stock never confirmed, but now we have a new one on the board that's confirming right now. So maybe the other one will catch up to us a little bit later on in the day. So we're going to jump in here. So we are in, and we'll see what the markup gives us. All right, so we're going to come over here and put this at 601. It's our first target. So we're very close to that right now. Pretty much at the 99% level, so I could move my stop to break even here. But looking at the candle movement here, I'm going to leave it as is right now. I'm just going to leave it at 601 and get ready to put that stop in. Breaking high of day two, a new high right here, so that's a good sign. All we need is a couple more pennies. Come on, let's do it. 2 more pennies, please. Don't go down. See over here on the level 2, look at this lineup right here at 6. That's a lot of selling to get through. A lot of sellers at $6, so we'll see if we get through it. If we get through that pretty fast, that would be amazing. So now with my target at 601, oh, look at that. Come on, let's do it. 602, okay, cool. So now I'm going to come over here and 601, sell. So we got our target. So we're in the money. So now we're going to go ahead and move our target to 607, see if it boosts to there. All right, man, it just smashed right through all those sellers. That was great. 607. Don't back up. Let's do it. Come on. So any of my students that might be trading this this stock today, you're getting scared right here. You're like, oh no, and the whole market's going down right now. Oh man, like you're all bummed out. And then you get all excited. Like the market is a major emotional roller coaster, for sure. Whatever emotions, if you're not an emotional person and you want to become one, start day trading. Definitely. This is the hardest game you'll ever play, and it will definitely bring out every emotion. If you're not greedy, start day trading. You'll find the greed. If you're not fearful, start day trading. You'll get afraid, especially if you jump in with too much size. Like there's a couple times where I've actually bought a lot more than I expected to buy, like just being stupid. And man, you get the shakes, you start shaking, getting sweating and everything. All right, cool. So we got our target. We put our little trailing stop in, and not trailing stop, but our stop here. It backed up, got us out. Take our $80. Moving on. So this account is growing nicely. Ooh, wrong window. So we started the day at 2108. We just added $80 more to that, so almost to 2200. This account is at its high so far, and if we can get another trade in here, maybe we can boost this to be a little over 2200, and that'll be an awesome way to start the next day. Slowly growing the account. So if you've been watching the videos from the beginning, before I was $30 a day is what I was hoping to make. Like if I could just make $30 a day, and now we're doing 80, 100, 150, so pretty awesome. So, and then it's going to exponentially grow too. So once we get another 500 bucks in the account, our buying power is going to be a lot more, and even another 100 bucks in the account, it's 4 times buying power, 5 times buying power. And then some accounts are only 4, and then this won't have to get over 2,500. It's 6 times. So all that allows you to grow exponentially faster. So yeah, so we'll just keep on going. Hopefully by next week or the week after, we'll be looking at maybe a minimum of 100 to 150 a day, and then a week after that, it might be a minimum of 200 a day, which would be great, doing $1,000 a week. So pretty awesome for $1,000 investment. All right, we'll be back later if we have anything else to trade. Okay, so here we are with another stock that has the algorithm has switched, indicating a short play on it. We got permission. A volume is agreeing with what we want to do. So in about a minute, as long as this is confirmed, we will be jumping into this short. And again, with this algorithm, I don't need to know anything about support, resistance, trend lines, candlestick patterns. I don't need any of that stuff. I just see what the algorithm tells me to do, and I do it. All right, we'll be back in a minute and see if this makes us some money. Okay, so we got about 5 seconds actually. 5 seconds. I'm gonna jump in this. 3, 2, 1, and boom, we're in. All right, so we're short this, and we'll mark it up and see where we're at. All right, so I'm going to step away for a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and change my order to a range order since I won't be here to watch this. So our high range is going to be the 70, 64. I'm making it break this level here, cleanly break it. So 70, 64. And then my, sorry, that's going to be the high range. 70.64. And then my low range is my target 68.18. All right, so if we hit our target, we'll get our 1-to-1 and we'll be good to go. And if we go the other direction, then it's cool too. All right, great. We'll be back in a little bit. Okay, so we got stopped out on that trade. No big deal. So that does take us from a green day to a red day. Oh man, so now we're at a $70 loss for the day. Not a big deal though, because we trade the name, not the day. So we expect to have losers on the names. In this particular stock, we've had a few winners, had some losers, had some winners, and now we're back into a loser after having a few winners. So no biggie. And then our other stock earlier today, we have had a bunch of winners in that one, so that will probably give us a loser soon. But yeah, that's how it goes. We trade the name, not the day. So as far as students goes, don't be too bummed out if it's a red day, even though psychologically you're like, I want to see a green day. The biggest thing is, did you follow the rules? Did you trade your plan? Did you trade all the opportunities available to you? And then, and that's it. And keep monitoring and make sure it's still working. So yeah, so we'll be back a little bit later today if and when another trade pops up. All right, so that's going to do it for today. It's almost 3:20. So nothing really looks like it's setting up over here. So by the time it did set up, I wouldn't have enough time to safely trade it before the clock ran out. So that will be it for today. So we'll take a $70 loss on the day. Good thing about that loss is we're still above 2 grand. So this count has doubled, which is awesome. We're still on the doubled side. So yeah, losing is part of the game. That one stock we lost on, we had a lot of winners on it already. So it's due for a loser. And the stock we won on today, we also had a lot of winners in a row. So that one's due for a loser. And then we have a few others on the board that have just had their losers. So hopefully we can trade those this week and have a nice green week. And then for my students, don't get bummed out when you have losing days. It's a part of the game. I don't look at it like it's a losing day. Today is a day you just had to pay, it's the cost of doing business. So, every business has to pay out, including the stock market business. You have to pay out. You can't win every single day. You just have to make sure that your trade plan allows for you to do those payouts and still put a paycheck in your pocket at the end of the month or end of the year so that you can make a living doing this and not have to do anything else. This is ultimate freedom, is to be able to trade the stock market from anywhere in the world. As long as you have an internet connection, you can make money. That's the ultimate freedom. So you just have to keep that in mind, that losing is part of that, paying out is a part of that. There's a cost of doing business associated with it, and it's really not a big deal. As long as your losses are managed and expected and planned for, then it's all part of the plan. It's don't let it bum you out. So what you see on my chart here is the S&P 500 through the SPY spider. So this is just insane to me. 2017, 2018, 2019, right? Going into the highs in 2020. Coronavirus, bam, market goes way down. And look at this thing rally back. But look at these levels. So is this the end? Is this where it rolls back over? Does it make its way a little higher and roll back over to this next level? Or does it go and make a new high? You know, it's crazy to think that with the world economy and everything just completely crushed, that this is happening. And part of me thinks, you know, here's my take on it. My take on it, because I'm probably one of these people, is I played this both ways, short and long, constantly, based on what was going on over my futures account. So, but then once you get down to these levels, like 2018 levels, this is an opportunity for people who had 401ks and IRAs and different investment vehicles to be like, man, I could get back in at 2018 levels, 2017 levels, 2016 levels. You know, market's going to go up eventually again, and I'm already invested in it. I'm stuck in these accounts. So why not throw a bunch of money at it right here? I got to reset the clock 3 years. So I think a lot of money came in from that, which helped. Of course, our government dumped a bunch of money into the markets to try to save the markets, and a lot of companies started buying back their shares to try to keep their stock prices propped up. And then when all that happens, then the market starts to move up, and then you have retail traders that don't want to miss out. So then they start buying, and then when they start buying, you have a bunch of shorts that have to start covering. So then there's a bunch more buying that comes in, and you get these boosts that happens. Then it slows down, starts to pull back, and then you get the government dumping money back in, companies buying shares back again, and then you have the cycle happen over again. So, and I think that's part of what's been driving this market higher. Now that the economy is starting to reopen, there's a lot of people that will be going back to work, and automatic contributions into their 401ks will start again. And that will also start to drive prices higher as buying starts to come in. And then you'll have, you know, retail traders and so forth that will start seeing that and trying to get in as well. It's wild to me though that, you know, just a year ago, if a company had bad earnings, or God forbid there was like 100,000 people new on unemployment, the market would take a huge dive. Like now, you know, you're like, oh, 2 million people on unemployment, market goes up. You know, company earnings completely trash, market goes up. It's just insane. So we'll see. Maybe when there's really good news, this market will come back down, right? Sell the news and craziness. So, but in all seriousness, with the company or with the country reopening, I do think there'll start to be some more injection of funds into this as 401ks start to come back online, maybe driving this a little bit higher. The biggest thing is this, with what we've just seen with the coronavirus, was that just a fuse? And this reopening and everybody going back out. I mean, you see it on the news, people having big giant pool parties, and nobody's like respecting the social distancing thing. The whole mask situation's a joke. Like all this stuff that you see, like, yeah, wear all these masks that aren't going to protect you and aren't going to stop you from spreading it. It might reduce it, but doesn't stop it. You know, 6 feet social distancing. Good luck. Go outside and see what that looks like. That's hardly happening. Like, it's a joke. So is what we just saw the fuse, and the bomb is actually coming. So, and then if our entire country all of a sudden goes from 100,000 deaths to 500,000 or a million deaths when we reopen, then what happens to this? Does it keep going up? Does the Fed still have the money to keep on printing? And if they do somehow support this, then after that, what happens? You know, how do we pay back that debt? What happens? Is there an inflation thing that's going to take place? You know, does that mean the metals markets we better to play in if you're long? Like, what does all that look like? There's so much unknown right now. So it does make me a little nervous. I will not be contributing to IRAs or anything like that right in this level. I was down here for sure. You know, and I can get 2018, 17, and 16 prices, no doubt. But coming into this zone, I'm kind of stay away from long-term investments personally. And here, I'll still trade it. You know, I'll trade it daily on the futures market, and of course individual stocks like we do, and play both directions, long and short. But what does the future look like with all the different unknown variables? It's kind of that's a hard thing to see. So you know, one thing I guess people can do is, you know, what I'll be doing is watching volume, and seeing what kind of institutional buying comes in and what's happening in those worlds to kind of maybe get an indicator what might be like a short-term trend, if you will. I mean, right now we're trending higher for sure, but will it stay going that direction? All right, interesting to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What does this country look like over the next 6 months? And then we have an election in November, so that I'm sure is going to play a big role in the stock market, depending on what happens there as well. So yeah, a lot of uncertainty ahead. So we'll see what happens. All right, everybody, we'll see you tomorrow.